Hello YouTube and welcome back to the second top 6 on the channel. My top 6 least favorite Pokemon. Now, before I even step into this, I know that I'm gonna get some hate about this, but it's my personal opinion. There's nothing to change about that. Maybe it'll change once I use the Pokemon more often or any type of shit like that, but at the moment these are my top 6 least favorite Pokemon, and goddamn, that's a long title. And of course these 6 Pokemon are, in my opinion, the worst Pokemon, and I'll try to explain at best what I can why, but it's my personal opinion. Of course, if you have a different opinion, be sure to leave your opinion, what your top 6 least favorite Pokemon is, in the comment section down below. And yeah, you guys, let's get into this. And coming in at number 6, we have Meganium. And of course, I already know that this is where the hate begins, but Meganium is easily my least favorite starter Pokemon, or its final evolution. And just to me personally, Meganium is like such a bad Pokemon. I mean, its design is good, don't get me wrong, I like its design, but just I don't like it personally. I mean, I love Bayleaf in the anime, but Meganium, it's just bad, you know. It's okay, its base stats are 525, that's something else, but it just isn't threatening. It isn't threatening. Looking and it can't really be threatening, at least in OU. I mean, if you go down to UU or wherever it is, it might become threatening, but just personally, I don't like Meganium, pure because of the fact that it doesn't really look threatening, and it doesn't really look like a starter Pokemon to me. Personally, Meganium would be better off if it have been a fossil. That's my personal opinion though. So let's go ahead and go to number 5. Coming in at number 5, we have Arbok. Now Arbok, let's just start with his base stats, 438. That isn't good at all. It's mediocre, it isn't that bad, but for a final evolution, it's not that good either. It gets some good moves here and there, but most of the time it's not a good Pokemon. Maybe my hate for Arbok came with the first couple of seasons of the Pokemon anime. I just didn't like Team Rocket at all, and Arbok was Jesse's Pokemon, but it just isn't a good Pokemon. And for those of you who saw the Pokemon Blaze Black randomizer Acklog versus that I'm doing with Espionage Gaming, fuck Arbok, seriously. But that's why he is number 5 this week. Now, coming in at number 4, we have Probopass. Probably one of my least favorite Pokemon, pure because of design. It just doesn't look good to me at all. If you're talking about design or its pre-evolution, just design-wise, I hate it. I mean, the gigantic nose for Nosepass and Probopass for that fact, and why the fuck does it have like nose hair growing out of his nose? Like, what the fuck, man? It just looks terrible and very unappetizing, if that's the word I'm looking for. I have no idea. And of course, because it's part steel type, it's one fat ass. I mean, it's 749.6 pounds. That's just way too fat, man. Dude, just no. But yeah, I just don't like its typing. Steel, Steel is probably one of my least favorite types to begin with, so that's that. And design-wise, I just hate it. I don't get why Nosepass needed an evolution, and I just don't get why it looks like it looks. So that's why it is number 4. And coming in at number 3, we have Garbodor. Now, not much explanation should be needed for this, to be honest. I mean, it's the Thrash Pokemon. It can be more than garbage. It has 474 base stats, and all of the Pokemon descriptions that you will find just won't seem intimidating or good at all. At least that's my opinion once again. Just Thrash Pokemon. Garbage Pokemon. It looks like trash, it's trash, and I just don't get how Game Freak and Nintendo came up with a garbage Pokemon. I mean, I get why that's the idea behind it, but still, I just don't like it pure because of the fact that it is a garbage Pokemon. So yeah. And coming in at number 2, we have Unown. And to those of you that are surprised to see Unown, what were you expecting? I mean, Unown, the most terrible Pokemon. Well, not the most terrible. Well, the most terrible Pokemon, but not my least favorite Pokemon. It's pure booty. From what I remember from Unown, its only move is Hidden Power, which is already booty. And next to that, its base stats are 336. And there are 28 different kinds of Unowns. You have all the alphabetical letters and the exclamation mark and the question mark. Now, why the fuck do you need to make 28 different types of one Pokemon? I mean, okay, Spinda is something different because it has different patterns. Why would you even care about getting 28 different Unowns? What does it add to your team, to your box? I don't fucking know. I mean, okay, if you have a 6-letter name, you could spell out your name with Unowns. That's it. So that's why it is number 2. And at number 1, we have Umbreon. Now, don't get me wrong. I see that Umbreon is a good Pokemon and that its base stats aren't that terrible. He has 525 base stats. It has a good move pool, and the one thing why I despise Umbreon, how it gets used in Wi-Fi battling or competitive battling, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Now, I get why people do it, but still, in my opinion, for a Pokemon that is Umbreon, you could use it much better, or you could use it not as a dick Pokemon. I mean, toxic stalling your opponent with Toxic, Wish, Protect. The fuck, man? Who even does that, man? That's just low. And don't get me wrong, I see that it's a good Pokemon, but I just hate how it's used. And not that Umbreon is the only one, but Umbreon is just the one that I hate most about it, and I just don't like its design. Don't get me wrong, I like its shiny design, but its regular design is just straight up booty if you ask me. So that's why he is number 1. And that wraps up today's top 6 of my least favorite Pokemon. Now for next week, I'm gonna keep secret what the theme will be, but one thing that I will be telling you guys is that it will be a top 10 instead of top 6. And of course, you guys just have to wait and see what it's about. And yeah, guys, of course, if you like today's top 6, be sure to click that like button down below, and of course subscribe for more Pokemon content. And if you didn't like anything about today's top 6, be sure to leave your own top 6 in the comment section down below. And of course, if you want to dislike the video, I mean, I don't give a fuck. So yeah, but anyways, you guys, as always, I've been GltchxCity. Don't forget that you're all amazing people. And I'll see you guys next episode of whatever the fuck I record. Bye-bye!